everybody, and welcome back to Is It Kino, your favorite Don't Worry Darling review podcast. I'm your host, Don't, joined as always by Worry and Darling.
Yep, I'm worried. This movie has me a bit worried.
Well, I'm such a darling, I guess, yeah.
The darling of the podcast, Florian Hemsel.
I think if we put it to a vote, Florian would win the title of most darling co-host.
Wow.
Surely, nobody would ever object to me, you know?
Now,
So
I check up on both of you on Letterboxd all the time, and we have some very differing opinions on this fine film.
Oh my god!
See, I was hoping you hadn't read that one yet. Jeez.
As soon as you post it, I'm gonna read it, Florian.
Florian, if you're gonna like keep a hot take in a chamber for this review show, do not unveil it for everyone to see on your fucking public letterbox.
Yeah.
If anything, I'd say he has the standard take. I think most people agree with his 1-star review. If anything, I'm the one with the hot take. I think I gave it like 3.5 stars.
Damn, I gave it 2. So like we're all kind of like,
yeah, we're all saying it was either mid or bad.
It's a rainbow of.
I posted it rather late, so I wouldn't be spoiled. I mean, wouldn't be spoiling it. I was gonna do a bit how it's like a great classical painting, only then to reveal that it's that shitty painting that's just all red, and like, yeah, sure, that took some skill, but like it's still boring. Like, wow, you made the whole painting red. Wow, what an impressive feat. But yeah.
Now, I'm not plugged into fucking actor drama. I guess this movie's like famous for the Onset shenanigans. Do you guys have any details about that? Because I was not paying attention. Is it even worth talking about?
Florian, do you have any information about this? Because I have all
I didn't hear anything, no.
I have all of the dirt here. All right.
Ooh.
All right. So have any of you seen Ted Lasso?
No.
All right. Well, this barely goes back to Ted Lasso because Olivia Wilde was married to Ted Lasso himself, Jason Sudeikis. So they divorced. If you guys saw the, I think, CinemaCon panel where Olivia Wilde was served with divorce papers in the middle of her conference.
No.
Yeah, you didn't see this?
No.
Yeah, a process server while she was giving a presentation came up and said, "Are you Olivia Wilde?" And she like embarrassedly said, "Yes, I'm Olivia Wilde," and served her with divorce papers.
From Jason Sudeikis? He's from
Jason Sudeikis.
I know him from Horrible Bosses. What else is he in?
Okay. I mean, he's been in a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
he probably showed up in The Office at some point.
I'm sure. He's one of those guys that just goes around the door.
So he's not involved in this movie then, right?
No, he's not.
But he used to be married to the director / co-star.
Here's the thing. He was married to the director, and then I think was friends of friends with Florence Pugh, the star of this movie. Okay. So Florence Pugh is kind of a friend of Jason Sudeikis, and this whole divorce thing is going down as they are filming the movie. And as well as that, Olivia Wilde starts fucking Harry Styles on the set.
The main actor in the movie?
The main actor in the movie.
Isn't he like 20 years younger than her?
Yes. I don't think I don't think they were fucking on the film sets, but they were definitely like having a relationship during the production of the movie.
Is Harry Styles famous from a boy band?
Yes, he's from One Direction.
So he's not an actor.
Holy shit.
He is an actor now.
Oh, okay.
Is that how
this
he
movie
got
begs
the
to
role?
differ.
Yeah, you would have seen him at the end of Marvel's The Eternals.
Oh, God.
He popped up at the very end of that with a ridiculous CGI troll thing.
Was he friends with Patton Oswalt's character?
Yes,
okay.
He was. He was famous space rapist Star Fox.
Oh my god.
All right.
Is it true he was replacing Shia LaBeouf in this movie?
Yes, that is the other drama thing here.
Oh my god.
Originally he was going to be Shia LaBeouf. Florence Pugh was not comfortable being in a movie with Shia LaBeouf.
Why?
And because I guess Shia has not convinced, has admitted to sexually assaulting his girlfriend, I think, in the past. So,
hey, didn't they see Honey Boy? Okay, he can get away with it.
Yeah,
he has the
did.
right.
Although he also just said that Honey Boy is not autobiographical in any way, so I don't know what's going on
what
there.
a fucking asshole.
All right. So back to the Shia LaBeouf thing. Apparently, Olivia Wilde was saying in interviews that like Shia was originally going to be the main male lead in this movie, but eventually he dropped out. And then Shia LaBeouf himself finds on his phone, I guess, a call of her begging him to be in the movie. Apparently, went down with Shia, or I'm sorry, with Florence being like, I don't want to work with him. So Olivia Wilde was apparently like begging him to come back to the movie.
I can't blame her because Harry Styles did not impress me, and I would have loved seeing Shia LaBeouf in that role.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think Shia would have been interesting in the role. But
is he cool now? He was like a really annoying kid in the Transformer movie. Was that him?
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's like a muscle man now, right, or something?
He's a big dude now, yeah.
Yeah. There was one point he like put a paper bag on his head and he wrote on the bag, "I'm not famous anymore," and he had people wait in line to like spend 5 minutes in a room with him while he wears the bag.
And I believe he was doing anti-Trump stuff at some point, and then 4chan was like finding where he was and like
that's right. He was doing. He set up live streams where anybody could go stand and be in the live stream and yell like, "He will not divide us." And then 4chan kept fucking it up, and like the trolls would go and start other chants. So then he started doing the same live stream, but from like in the middle of the desert in Arizona, and people were able to like track the chemtrails and the clouds up in the sky and figure out exactly where it was, like based on like planes that they saw and shit. Like
it's kind of amazing.
The FBI should be hiring these people on 4chan because this is like mastery levels of finding a specific location.
Mm-hmm. All right, so go ahead, Florian. Sorry.
I remember that there was this not divide us chant, but someone just yelled "Ree!"
Yeah.
I think that was Shia LaBeouf.
After every word. No, it wasn't. It was that live stream, but it was sabotaged by someone going "Ree." It was really funny.
You say sabotaged, I say saved.
Probably.
Okay, so during the filming of this movie, Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles were having a relationship, and apparently, like according to rumor, Olivia Wilde would not show up on set to direct occasionally.
So who would direct?
So, apparently Florence Pugh would direct herself and other actors. That's the rumor. I don't know whether there's anything to that or not, but yeah. So yeah, and apparently
sorry.
And then to wrap this up, apparently Florence Pugh decided to not promote the movie at all. So like normally actors will post shit on their Instagrams and shit saying go see my new movie. She really did not do that at all.
Who could blame her? Well, I'm glad we're wrapping it up because I was like, I was thinking this makes it so much more interesting than the actual movie. It's such undeserved drama, I guess. What a shame.
Well, here's my theory. Here's my theory behind all of this. This movie is so base level uninteresting and unremarkable as an actual movie that the studio WB, which apparently can only afford to put 2 more movies into theaters this year.
Yeah, no, I wanted to bring that up because they had like 8 movies on their slate and they've all been delayed because they can only afford to release 2. And this is one of the 2 they chose to release. They think this will save their studio.
So I wonder whether they cooked up this drama or let things out to get more interest for this movie. Because I honestly don't know that this movie would warrant that much interest if not for all of this drama.
Yeah, I mean, it motivated me to go see it.
And this movie is
certain to be
forgotten very quickly.
Well,
you're the only one who liked it, so...
Well, I want to hear from you, Florian, because most people who have not seen it, they're not going to have any clue what it's about. So you can choose if you want to spoil it right away or not. But Florian, let's hear from you. What did you think of the movie?
Oh, I will spoil this piece of shit.
So what is it about, and why do you hate it so much?
All right, so we have these people who live out in the desert living their best 50s life, but then, like, every once in a while, the music just goes really obnoxious, and it acts like something is, like, really off, and it's, like, such a nothing burger all the time. And then it's like, these husbands, they have such secret jobs. What are they doing? Are they making weapons? What are they planning? And then we go so long without anything happening, and then in the end, we find out that they're in a simulation because, well, it's hard to.
Spoiler alert!
Didn't I say that? Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. I literally don't care. This episode is coming out a month after release, so it's on you.
Oh shit! Well, I mean. Damn, we should probably capitalize on a drama, but whatever. Anyways, so we find out that the husband and wife that we've been following are in fact in a simulation, but the husband leaves the simulation in order to do some kind of job. But we still don't know what that job is. And I guess the point of the simulation is it's not entirely clear, but the point is supposed to be that I guess they're in there so that the wives would be domestic and
it's just misogyny. Like, this a loser boyfriend who is unemployed. He's got this ugly rat mustache that he needs to shave off, hairstyles. Meanwhile, his girlfriend Florence Pugh is like a successful doctor, and she's the breadwinner. And he is just getting fed up. Like, no, I want to live in the 1950s where men were men and women knew their place, cleaning the house and vacuuming and cleaning the same bathtub every single day. So there's like. Chris Pine is like, who's that Canadian professor? Yeah, Jordan Peterson. Yeah. Chris Pine's character is like doing podcasts like about how women need to know their place and men blah blah blah. So he creates this simulation world where you can kidnap your girlfriend and like hook her up intravenously and plug her brain in, and then like she'll be your perfect housewife and not even know what's going on. So in some ways, it's the most based movie ever made.
Here's where I have one of my problems about the movie, and it might surprise people what my problem about this is. The function of a housewife is to do all of those things, is to like clean and cook and like take care of the house. If the house is a fantasy house, what is the point?
Yeah, it's
there's no point.
He's not actually doing anything. You can like snap your fingers and it will be instantly cleaned and whatever.
Florian, be honest. How many times a year do you deep clean your bathtub? Because she was doing it every day.
Every day, yeah.
I don't have a bathtub, and
so 0 times.
I almost never clean my shower. I just shower.
Yikes!
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, like the water washes it off. I assume.
I'm using soap and water.
Yeah, every time I hear about your hygiene, I realize you don't have any.
Florian posts on Twitter about how he thinks it's weird that some people wash their legs. He's like, you people use soap on your legs? What? What a waste of soap.
The water just runs down my body and soaks up all of the dirt and dust.
Yeah.
Hey, I occasionally wash my legs. There were people
occasionally.
There were people that voted no on washing your legs in the shower, period, okay?
You've got these sugar babies down in between your legs that are just like filthy and stinky. Do you at least wash your fucking dick?
Yes, that's like
okay.
The worst part if you don't wash it.
So all the dick cheese is dripping down on your legs and you don't wash that off.
Wow, okay. Thanks.
E-Rich did want to hear you say the word sugar baby, so I guess get that out of the way.
Wow. Yeah, the sugar babies are really into my hygiene. Sorry.
Wow.
No, like I'm perfectly clean, you motherfuckers. Wow. Okay. Unbelievable.
Look, back to the movie, Florian.
All right. So I think I know that this is like the supposed reading of the movie, but did you guys get that from the movie? Because
get what?
Like, the fact that all of this was just to have the housewives be the it was all just to trap the housewife. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, he was like jealous that his girlfriend was the breadwinner, and he like wanted to live in a fantasy world in the 1950s where like he's I got this super cool government job, and my wife she just does whatever I want her to. Like the only way he could make that happen was to kidnap her and put her in a video game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't feel like it's anything about that because. Like,
it's not anything about that. That's the fucking movie.
That's the plot of the film.
Well, I mean, the plot of the film, as it's being set up, is that they're doing some secret thing in the desert, right? And the way I understood it, he still has to do some kind of work for this cult leader.
The secret work is that he gets to leave the simulation for 8 hours a day while she has to cook and clean, and she never gets to leave.
He has some kind of job now to.
But he'd have to clean like his own apartment, and he'd still have to do a job.
True.
That's the thing that makes no sense to me. Is that like
sure is.
You are removing all of the personhood of Florence Pugh, but you're also putting everything on your fucking back.
Yeah, like there's no way he's making doctor money now. So who's paying for the rent?
He's living an awful, terrible life for most of his life for, I guess, a couple of hours in this very domestic setting with brainwashed you.
There you go, because if it doesn't work, then it can't be the right explanation. To me, it seemed like he was doing some kind of work for this cult leader, and that's why he got the wife who as a reward. But like, what is that work? We still don't know.
Here's the problem. The movie does not go into any of the things that would make this interesting, so you're just left wondering what the fuck is all of this stuff. Yeah, there's so many pieces of this movie that if they in any way went into it, I would be more interested. I would like this movie a little bit more, but they don't.
Yeah, Florence Pugh notices a lot of strange things that help her realize, that she's in the simulation. Like there's a red plane that crashes into a mountain and everybody's acting like they didn't see it. And then it turns out like that's just nothing. Like, you're in a simulation, so why the fuck did a plane crash? Was it just like a glitch?
Going on every fucking day, and that is not tied to anything.
No, it's like they spent an hour and a half giving us a bunch of red herrings and like just fake bullshit that doesn't add to anything just for the final 10 minutes pulling out the rug and saying, actually, it's just a simulation.
These are very basic screenwriting failures of the movie, is that if you set something up in the first 2 acts, you have to in some way let us know what the payoff of that was. And this movie just kind of shrugs and says, oh, it was a Matrix where he puts fucking holographic shit on her eyes and suddenly she's in this fucking 50s dreamland.
Yeah, I mean, you just know the screenplay was the guy came up, oh, that would be a great twist. She's in a video game the whole time. How do I stretch that out to a movie? I guess we'll get 90 minutes of just random nothing happening. And at one point, Harry Styles will be trying to make mashed potatoes by taking just hard potatoes and he takes like a Jack Daniels bottle and starts hitting them. That was the funniest part of the movie.
Well, so you guys but still, how does he then feed their bodies while they're in the simulation?
She's hooked up to an IV.
Right. Oh, I guess.
And he's also like wringing out a cloth of water into her mouth, which, like, I guess is he intravenously feeding her and then like moistening her lips and shit so that he can kiss her and stuff?
Ew.
God. Like, okay, so you guys think Harry Styles is bad in this movie?
I didn't think he was good.
I don't think he was good, but I also think that, like, I think his act is starting to fray throughout the movie, and I'm not saying that's a good performance, but I think it's, like, it's kind of true to his character that as she starts noticing things, he kind of becomes a shittier version of this, like, confident, successful, home man person.
I thought he was particularly good in the scene where they're sitting in the car and like the bad guys are coming together and he's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Also, Florence Pugh is British. How come the husband gets to have a British accent, but they're making her do an American accent?
Good question.
Why can't they both be British?
Maybe they thought that American audiences wouldn't like it if they were both British.
What the fuck? Like, Shia LaBeouf obviously was not going to do British, so how come they let this actor do his normal voice?
My question is, what the fuck is going on with Chris Pine in this movie?
He's being based as fuck.
he is the like Jordan Peterson character behind all of this. He is in the simulation, kind of like trying to test Florence Pugh, kind of trying to like get her to figure it out. But for what purpose is he like? Does he know that Jack has her like against her will tied down on this bed, and he's like trying to see if he has enough spirit to like break free of it?
Yeah, I think
that's anything that he's trying to say. It seems like he's saying everything opposite to that.
Yeah, apparently that's the reading that we're supposed to get, is that he's trying to see if she can break free, but
they never do anything with that. There's never any like resolution to that, or like you gotta do something at the end of the movie. At the end of the movie, she has to confront him, and he like says something to her.
Yeah, instead his Asian waifu just stabs him and kills him.
What the fuck? She's like, now I'm in control or something. Fucking do something with that, for fuck's sake! God damn it! It's not hard.
I did think it was brilliant to have like the white man who wants to control women. Of course, he would have an Asian wife. Like it is perfect.
Yeah. And then Olivia Wilde is in the simulation. Director of this movie, Olivia Wilde, really hamming it up in the supporting role of this movie. But like, she's in there of her own free will because she wants to like interact with these like computer program versions of her kids who apparently died.
Yeah, she's like Wanda Maximoff in the movie.
That's understandable, but I wish they had gone into every single character in this movie and be like, why are you here? What is your alternative reason for being here? And they should have done something. Like all the women who were forced to be here should have like teamed up or something. Like, you have an interesting concept here. You just literally have to do anything else with it and actually deliver on the setups that were given. Like, just fucking do something. It's so plain. It's so normal.
That's so funny, imagining these women from this movie like doing anything. Like, wow. just imagine if the way these characters were written, they would actually team up. That would be so insane. Like, that would have
been some actual feminism in action instead of whatever the fuck the ending was. Like, what was the ending? She wakes up and we don't get to see what happens?
She kind of just wakes up and that's it. Like, here's the thing. Was Olivia Wilde trying to make like a more like heightened kind of horror movie, or a heightened like thriller movie with like, you kind of only get suggestions of things? But the problem with that is usually these heightened movies have very interesting layered performances to them, or interesting thematic ties, or something to like dig into. There is no depth to this movie in any way whatsoever. You like, the first layer is all there is, really. It's so frustrating to watch this thing.
Yeah, again, I guarantee it's just somebody came up with a plot twist. They had not seen Serenity to know that they already did this movie before, and they didn't know how to stretch it out to feature length. So it's just a bunch of surface level nothing.
Yeah, I've seen Black Mirror episodes that are an hour long that are better than this, but that more like succinctly and interestingly explore this concept than this fucking feature length movie did. Here's the thing. The other thing is, as much behind the scenes drama as there apparently was on the movie, the two people who were like responsible for that, Florence Pugh and Olivia Wilde, I think do a pretty good job in the movie. Like, I think insofar as the shitty script she has, Olivia Wilde is doing an all right job directing it, and then Florence Pugh is great. Like, Florence Pugh rules. She's going to knock out of the park whatever she has. But yeah, it's just disappointing.
Florian, I know you're trying to say something, so go ahead.
Well, to me, it doesn't make sense on any level. So you say it's surface level, but like, to me, like, the surface level isn't like even clear. Like, it's like it's like a turd. It doesn't even have like a surface and layers. It's just like all over the place.
Well, Florian, let me try to. I'm going to put you in the position of Harry Styles here, okay? Let's say the technology in this movie exists in real life, and you've got your favorite sugar baby. You know, she'll watch Rick and Morty with you. She will not order the most expensive thing on the menu when you go out to eat. You know, she'll settle for the second best schnitzel on the menu.
Oh, yeah.
And you really just want her for yourself, but she has 10 other dates planned for this afternoon. So what is a squid to do? if you could hook her up to a simulation and she'll think that she's your 1950s housewife, would you not go through with that?
Well, I guess that's all very relatable the way you put it.
Like, if you were in that position, would you kidnap this woman and make her your waifu? Waifu for lifeu.
Sure is tempting, except for the fact that I hate this simulation, so I definitely wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it?
Yeah, imagine.
Wow, you'd rather just be like alone and sad?
Wow.
Because if we really think about it,
he wasn't even alone. Like, all he had to do was get a job, and then she would have had more time off. And apparently he got a job anyways that we don't know of. I mean, I think that the only way that makes sense is that he's doing cult stuff for him, but like...
Hey, I'm just saying, I get that women like to have agency over themselves and their lives, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a slave, whatever, but... If we think about it, isn't this world kind of a mini utopia? Like these women don't have to go to work every day, like fucking the grind set, it's fucking bullshit. Nobody likes going to work for 10 hours a day, even though she says she loves being a doctor in this movie, which whatever. And all she has to do, clean the TV, watch the cartoon skeletons dance, because that's the only show in this universe for some reason.
That rules. If that was just on all day, I would love it.
Yeah. She vacuums the house, cleans the bathtub, and then they're just like partying with their friends and getting drunk all day and all night, every day. I mean, personally, plug me into the metaverse, baby. I'm down for that life. I don't need to go to work for 10 hours a day. Fuck that shit.
Maybe I think I've been programmed too well that I feel like I need to do work or something like outside of the home. But when I was at home doing work from home shit, I got so fucking bored. Like,
wow.
I hated. I felt like an animal in a cell in my own apartment, just like constantly pacing around, being like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta fucking leave my goddamn house.
Oh yeah. You fucking normies. You can't handle the shut-in lifestyle.
So you agree with me, Florian? It's 2-1. Make the simulation real.
No, I have more to say. Okay, so
of course.
Oh no.
So I am all for giving up freedom for security and comfort. Okay, please. It's great. Okay, fucking take the blue pill. I want to live in the Matrix. That's great. All right.
So what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that I mean, I just hate this Matrix, okay? I don't want to be in the 1950s. I don't want to drive a car to work. I don't want to...
So if you had Wi-Fi access in the simulation, you'd kidnap the woman?
Well, if there's no booze allowed, maybe.
So yeah, you just hate drinking.
Yeah, no drinking.
What would be your recreational drug of choice in the metaverse? Heroin?
I don't take drugs.
Yeah, but they're not actually drinking booze. Like, it's simulated, so all the feelings they get from it are fake. So you could do, like, meth and heroin and then wake up and be just fine. You wouldn't want to try it out if there was no, like, downside to it?
No side effects? No bad...
Dude, I would do every single drug ever made in the metaverse. Guaranteed. Like, all the pluses without any of the downside, of course.
Well, no, there's gonna be downsides.
How?
They still get,
it's fake!
They still get buzzed. Like, it must still
Florence
work.
Pugh is not getting alcohol into her IV, like in real life.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird.
Mark Zuckerberg, plug me in and inject me with some heroin, baby. I gotta get that warm blanket all around me.
Yeah, but like the men don't have any autonomy either, Like this is the incel utopia. But like the bus driver, he's not allowed to stray from his way.
I didn't understand. Like, is the bus driver guy and the like red suited security guys, are they like computer programs, NPCs, or are they real people who are like volunteering to have this shitty job?
Oh, they're definitely real people. This is exactly why I don't. But I mean, you just gotta look like how he struggles with like the concept of going with her for just a moment. I mean, he won't because.
How does that mean they're real people?
Well, yeah, it would make more sense if he was an AI and his programming wouldn't allow him to do something different.
Right.
Well, yeah, but then, like, he wouldn't even understand what was going on if he was an AI. But, like, he clearly, like, contemplated there being a plane with people that need help, you know?
I think he was almost just, like, not able to understand it.
Well, I would guarantee we've thought more about the bus driver character than Olivia Wilde did. So she probably does. Like, if you would ask her, she'd be like, what are you talking about?
Lumpy, earlier you made the Serenity comparison, and that's what I came out of this movie thinking about, is that Serenity was such a bug nuts fucking way to twist that movie, and this was like the bad ending version of that, where that made, like, this twist makes this whole movie fucking awful, and the Serenity twist that makes that movie hilarious.
Yeah, that makes the movie worth watching.
Yes.
Well, don't spoil.
Yes.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh my god! How?
I mean, Serenity's not like a must-see movie.
No,
Rich.
but we talked about it a lot and thought it was hilarious. So how do you not?
Also, Serenity has Jeremy Strong and Matthew McConaughey, so there's no way it could fail. It's a great film.
Hell yeah.
I guess so.
And I guess Anne Hathaway, and what's the name of Anne Hathaway's abusive husband? Who's that actor? Because he's good too.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I just can't remember.
I think he was in that Gift movie.
Yeah.
But whatever. Yeah, Serenity, you know what? Underrated classic. Compared to this movie, Serenity's a masterpiece because it's basically the same idea, but done in a funnier and better way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so weird how they set up this, how they completely didn't set up the twist, and then the twist was so underwhelming. And like, the whole build-up was so... Okay, you know what? I was like, this movie is wasting a lot of my time, but I'm sure it'll be worth it when we find out what these husbands do for a living, or like anything. But then, like, the whole thing was a simulation. God, it was so stupid.
Yeah, they promised you an intriguing finale, and instead they said, actually, nothing mattered. So, thanks for the money. Go home.
Yeah, like, if this guy is like an incel leader, like, why don't we see like the incel cult somewhere, like where they go off to in the cars? There must be some cool cult, and like
that's just them waking up from the simulation. When they drive off, you go touch like the magic rock, and it wakes you up.
Well, yeah, but that would only make sense if you put like all the bodies next to each other, and then when they wake up, they have to like guard the compound or something. Like, I can't believe that they thought it was a good idea to make it so that she's still in her apartment. Like you don't think there's a problem when you don't answer your door for like most of the day?
Yeah, what does Florence Pugh's family think is happening? Like, she has just disappeared. Like, the hospital has never called to ask where their doctor went. This woman has disappeared from the face of the earth.
Yeah, I guess it's not unlikely that, like, Harry Styles was like, she's going on an extended leave of absence or something. Maybe he, like, somehow got her to use her maternity leave somehow. But
none of her friends or family are looking for her.
Or looking for her, yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, well, her boyfriend said she's just gone forever. I believe him.
Yeah.
that creepy, greasy guy with no job, I'm sure he didn't do anything bad.
Why did you give this 3 stars? You're shitting on it.
I gave it 3.5 stars, E-Rich.
Oh my god!
I base my reviews not on the overall quality of the film, but how entertained I was watching it, and I was thoroughly entertained.
Were you?
I was. I was engaged the whole time. I actually really enjoyed watching the movie, and I would not be against watching it again.
But there's nothing happening. How does that make sense?
Here's the thing.
There's
I think
plenty of stuff happening.
Moment to moment, it's fairly engaging. The problem is that it's kind of all like leaning on what it turns out to be, and then it turns out to be nothing. So like I then go back to the other stuff and was like, well, there was nothing there actually, so it didn't actually work. Oh, guys, what the fuck was happening when Chris Pine was like promoting Harry Styles and he's just having him dance for like 20 minutes straight?
Yes.
What was that? Yeah. What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. Hey, all I'm saying is sometimes a complete shit show is just as entertaining as a good movie. Like, if we're judging movies based on how entertaining they are, you know, The Room is going to get 4.5 stars, if not 5. So I don't see how this is any different.
Well, like, to you, is like Serenity a 5-star movie?
Not 5-star, but I'd probably give it 3.5 to 4.
Wow, so this is on the same level as
I rate movies in terms of entertainment value. Like, that's why I watch them.
Wow.
But is that so bad?
This movie is all build up and no finale.
The build up is funny when she's like passed out, so Harry Styles has to make dinner for the family, and he's like a completely incompetent retard who doesn't know you have to boil potatoes before you mash them, and he's just hitting them with a bottle of booze, and he really thinks that's how he's gonna make dinner.
Look, that's like one of the only actually entertaining parts of this movie.
No, there's a part. Harry Styles every single day comes home from work and eats her pussy, and she Florence Pugh, she really gets into this orgasm acting, and at one point Chris Pine is like just standing there watching this happen, and Florence Pugh like sees him like, what the fuck? Like
Olivia Wilde did some really odd interviews for this movie where she was like, this movie is about showing the woman's pleasure. Like, it's all about Florence Pugh getting satisfied. And then the whole movie is just her, like, fucking chained to this bed, like, being wrong water into her mouth.
Hey, man, I have not seen too many movies where a woman gets her pussy eaten, so, you know what? It gave me something new.
Wow, just the sex. Damn, I don't know, man.
Hey, you guys can disagree. I don't really give a fuck. Like, I'm just saying, out of 5 stars, this gave me 3.5 stars of entertainment.
Wow.
There's gotta be more than just those scenes. Like, what else was there that was fun?
I agree that the ending and the twist is disappointing, but sometimes something is just so, like, it's such a train wreck that I enjoy it.
But it's not even like a train wreck, because, like, it's not even.
You gave Morbius 3 stars. I don't care what you have to say.
I love
this true, Florian? Why did you like Morbius?
I wish Morbius would get a sequel. All right,
it's getting one, so don't you worry.
Yeah. It's Morbin time, baby.
Yeah, you guys can't shit on me for liking this movie when he gave Morbius 3 stars. Come on.
Yeah, Florian, I'm gonna turn on you now. What the fuck?
Well, what did you not like about Morbius?
Okay, like, Morbius is a complete, like, wet fart of a movie where Jared Leto is a complete, like, black hole of emotion and
charisma,
character charisma. Yeah.
No, that's fine for a vampire. Sorry.
No, vampires are supposed to be, like, attractive and, like, you want to be with them. You want to see what's up with them, and that's how they draw you in so they can suck your blood. Who to spend a single minute talking with fucking Jared Leto in that movie?
Don't you get it? He's a vegan vampire.
Matt Smith is such a better fucking character in that movie. It's insane.
He doesn't want to drink human blood. He's a vegan vampire. Of course he's gonna be lame.
Okay.
Lame and broody. It's perfect.
So, Irish, you would agree that Don't Worry, Darling is better than Morbius, right?
Yes.
Okay, sure. So, I mean, by my own logic, I win.
No, because I was right. I rated Don't Worry, Darling 2 stars, and I'm going to rate Morbius 1 star.
I liked it like 1 star more than you did. Is that so bad?
Yes, it is, to me.
Wow. That's fair. Do we have any final thoughts on this movie? I think we should wrap it up.
They should have just used guns, the fucking idiots. Like, why are they chasing her down? Like, why don't they just shoot her? Why don't they have, like, cheats where her legs fall off? Why do they just let her go? What the fuck? Why not?
At one point, I think they say if you die in the simulation, you die in real.
I think only the men do. Didn't they say only the men, if they die, they stay dead?
Well, they said only the men, but that doesn't make any sense.
What are the stakes for her then?
No, just because they said that, I still think she would have died.
Maybe.
Like, they used the same mechanism, I assume.
So Chris Pine's character is dead in real life now because his wife who stabbed him, right?
I think so. Yeah. I think so.
Okay. So is this Asian woman a simulation, or is she a real person who knows that she's in the simulation and now she wants to control it?
Well, I watched a video that says this movie explained, and yes.
Oh my God, Florian.
Oh, Florian, come on.
Stop watching X-Movie Explained videos, you fucker. You're the reason why nobody will watch us at Kino, because all the views are going to these fucking dipshit videos that are like 8 minutes and 1 second. Oh, let me just tell you exactly what happened at the end of the movie you just saw. Oh, I'm Florian. I need to watch this.
Well, it's very rare that you'd actually have to watch it to figure out all the fucking detail. Like, wow, this movie tells you almost nothing, but it's like a little hint there, and that's how they figured it out, that she's a real woman who knows about the simulation, and she's grown hateful of her husband over the years. Yeah.
Good admission to make real quick. I was watching the movie. Why can't I remember what the fuck it's called?
Inception.
No, it's Bong Joon-ho. Hold on.
Parasite.
I got it. Memories of Murder. I was watching the movie Memories of Murder, and I had to look up the ending of that movie because the ending of the movie is they do not tell you who the killer was, and the main character looks straight at you at the screen, at the audience, and he has a power where he can tell whether you're lying or not. And the reason I did not understand the ending is because it was based on actual murders that happened that weren't solved, and the killer was still on the loose. So the character is looking out of the screen at the audience, wondering if the killer's out there.
If the actual killer's watching the movie?
Yes, very well could be. So that was one of the only times I've ever had to be like, okay, what the fuck has happened that I need explained to me?
That sounds, on one level that sounds like a based ending, but on another, sounds like a waste of time.
No,
it's a murder mystery and you don't find out who did it?
Well, you probably would have still liked it, even if it's bad.
It's probably pretty good if it's Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you probably don't even care what happens in the end, right? As long as the lead up was interesting.
I think the fact that you were hoping that this would be they're doing government experiments underground. Oh, so epic.
No, I don't.
I'm talking about Florian, not you, Rich. So the fact that it was really just a misogynist paradise. Based in Red Pilled, first of all, the fact that Chris Pine is just he created a simulation so that you can force your girlfriend to be your 1950s housewife. I think that's a very funny plot twist. And I really appreciated it. Everybody might hate it, but I liked that.
That's still okay. If they did that, it would still be okay. But why would they be in their own apartment? Why wouldn't it be a cool cult where they're doing that? Wouldn't that be way cooler?
Because it's on the internet, so you can just do it from home.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, indeed.
Anyone could, anyone could walk in and unhook your wife. And
this is the future Mark Zuckerberg has invested his whole company into. It's just the metaverse.
Probably without the slavery part and the incel part.
You might not know much about Zuckerberg if you think he does not want slaves.
Well, he probably wants everyone to work still.
Okay, does anybody have any actual final thoughts before we say goodbye?
Real quick. So the main problem with the earthquake thing is that you don't have to make it some interesting thing that they're doing. You just have to explain that there's something outside the simulation that is making everyone think that there's some kind of earthquake. Just explain it in some way. Say that the plane was some kind of glitch or some kind of problem in the code that the plane was constantly crashing. But then what's her name is playing the black woman who kills herself is has a plane toy, and it's what is this supposed to mean?
It's all pointless.
There's a bunch of things leading up to it that if there was any conclusion to that or any follow through, I'd be yeah, a decent movie, actually 3 stars, actually 3.5 stars. But you can't set things up and then just leave it blank. It's you write a story and you don't have an ending.
You can, and they did.
Hell yeah.
You can, they did, and then make it a bad fucking thing.
Yeah, and now everybody is shitting on it, and I might have the highest Letterboxd review in history on this film.
Yeah, on the site.
Yeah.
Oh,
well. Everybody knows I like bad movies, right? Batman vs. Superman is one of my favorite superhero movies ever made.
That kind of grew on me over the years, that
Good.
one.
This one's going to grow on you, too.
So real final thoughts here. I think the movie's all right overall. It's just that it does not deliver in any way what it should by the end. I think Florence Pugh is obviously incredibly talented, and I can't wait to see her in better movies.
In Black Widow 4 or whatever the fuck?
I actually kind of think that movies like this don't really get made anymore. If they do get made, they're either series on streaming platforms or movies you don't hear about at all that go on streaming platforms. So I'm interested to see this actually in a theater, actually getting theatrical play. But all of the things that are on streaming that are doing this exact same thing are much better at what this is trying to do.
Can you imagine how pissed people would be if they stretched this to a 10-episode TV show and then they just had the same ending? So you waited 10 weeks and there's so many Reddit threads we got to investigate every little detail. It's WandaVision all over again, and then the finale just sucks.
I made a Black Mirror comparison. I made a Black Mirror comparison, and then I also this reminds me of a Twilight Zone episode. Like this would be just a single episode of some other show.
Yeah, it should be 22 minutes.
If it were 45 minutes, I wouldn't be as pissed that it didn't follow up on some of the shit it did, because it's only 45 minutes. This is like a full theatrical experience.
This is almost 2 hours.
Yeah, yep. It should actually deliver on that.
It might be more than 2 hours. I don't know if the credits are counted, but the runtime is 2 hours 4 minutes.
Fuck.
Yep. It's a huge waste of time.
Hey, speaking of if credits count as part of the movie, have you guys seen the movie Pearl yet?
No, I plan to.
No.
Oh my! That's a movie where you will sit through the entire credits and you will not be upset about it.
Wow. Okay.
No spoilers. I also enjoyed Pearl. Pearl is literally Joker for women. I know that's the joke, but it literally is, and I loved it.
Ooh.
Would you recommend seeing X first, which is the other Ty West movie? It's apparently spiritual predecessor to Pearl.
Yeah, I have not seen that one. I heard it was just a lot of blacked porn the whole movie.
Oh, wow, interesting.
Yeah,
cool.
Not for me. What do you mean cool?
Can't wait to watch it.
Florian, what's your final thought?
Well, I rewatched The Truman Show for this, and
great movie. One of the all-time best movies.
It's so much better than this, and it's like shockingly similar, I guess.
Well, spoiler alert, dude. Some people don't know the twist in The Truman Show.
How is this in any way similar to The Truman Show?
There's no twist in The Truman Show.
Yeah, the twist is that he's...
I mean, yeah.
I mean, the twist is revealed 1 minute into the film.
Yeah.
Well, you don't see the comparison, Rich?
Yeah, it's pretty similar, I think.
But that's actually how he was raised.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't know that he's in a simulation.
Well, it's actually still pretty similar, considering that her mind was erased and then rewritten. So I guess she also was created in there.
If Rick and Morty do a parody of this movie, are you gonna love it, Florian? Because I could see this being a Rick and Morty episode.
I mean,
they've kind of done stuff like this before.
Yeah, I don't know
the whole Blitz and Chips, like the video game when you're just playing as some guy. Like that's almost the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think they could do it again. They also did the scamming episode where he was in a simulation, you know?
Yeah, so yeah, this is basically a shitty version of a Rick and Morty plot.
Yeah, it fits perfectly because they could do it in 20 minutes and these ones can't even do it right in 2 hours.
And I guarantee Jerry would be the guy to want Beth to be his 1950s waifu because he gets shit on all the time.
Oh God, did you catch how he had sex with the frozen Beth?
No, I did not catch that.
It was the best sex. I guess I mentioned in my video, so you probably did. But yeah, the simulation was frozen, and then he had sex with Beth, and it was very good for him, apparently.
But he didn't know that she was frozen, though, right?
Yeah, he didn't realize.
Yeah, okay, now I remember that.
I guess he would do it.
Is that the end of your thoughts? Should we do our plugs and say goodbye?
Yeah, I guess so. Nothing made sense. Don't watch this movie.
Will Rick and Morty Season 3 analysis be out by the time this podcast comes out?
Probably not. I gotta do some more of the videos.
Okay.
But yeah, watch the other 2 seasons, and then season 3 will hopefully come out soon.
Rich, what do you have?
I have my Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at TZARREVAN. Come over there and lust after Florence Pugh with me.
Oh my God. And I think that's all I've got. So, for Is It Kino, I've been Kino.
I've been
everyone. Oh.
You're the question mark.
Yeah, that's right.